Hello everyone. Once again a warm welcome to my channel. So the date was 25th September and Durga Puja was almost there. It was Chaturthi and since my main pandal hopping part starts from Panchami, I didn't have any plans for Chaturthi. But as the festive mood was spreaded everywhere, my heart and mind didn't want to stay at home. So, after getting up in the morning, I called my friend. Hey, let's go for a movie. And he said, okay. So, for the movie, we chose to go to RDB Cinema, Salt Lake. The show was from 12 pm, so at 11 am, I took a bus towards Sector 5. And after reaching there, I met with my friend. And we cut the tickets and headed towards the hall. The whole hall was finely decorated and decked up for Pujo. It was my first time at RDB Cinemas. There were many quotes of famous actors and actresses hanging on the wall, and a few food courts were also there outside the hall. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys about the movie we went to watch. Yes, you guys guessed it right. It was Raghu Dakat. After all my favorite heroes movie, I had to watch it. As we entered in the hall, we saw the hall was almost empty. Just 5 to 6 people were sitting over there. Anyways, we took our seat and after a few minutes, the movie started. So now, let me come to the review part. The film is inspired by the folk legendary figure Raghu Dakat, who in Bengal's folklore is often linked to a Robin Hood style outlaw, someone who resisted injustice. It is set in a historical period around 18th to 19th century Bengal during times of social strife and colonial oppression, making Raghu's transformation from a feared bandit to a folk hero of the oppressed. Performance wise, if I say, Dev is generally praised for showing more maturity than in some of his earlier works. His portrayal of Raghu is often considered one of his stronger outings. Anirban Bhattacharya is repeatedly singled out for delivering a powerful performance and a pivotal character. Female actors such as Shohini Sarkar, Idhika Pal, and Rupa Ganguly receive appreciation for bringing depth and emotion to their roles. Background score and cinematography and sound, if I say, the film is lauded for having a strong musical backdrop and sound design, which help elevate moods and scenes. Cinematography, especially in wide shots and landscape sequences, is also great. But in spite of that, there were lots of weaknesses about the movie, the script and the screenplay issues. The most frequent critic is that the writing is uneven. The film suffers from pacing problems, especially in the second half, and some scenes lag or feel repetitive. The film leans heavily into dramatic gestures, grand dialogues, and sometimes theatrical presentation. For some viewers, this works as mass entertainment, but for others, it borders out overindulgence. Some critics feel the film borrows heavily in style and structure from grand South Indian fantasies or mythic films like Bahubali. This is fine if you are okay with homage, but for those seeking something more rooted or novel, it may feel derivative. If you are a fan of larger than life historical or folklore epics and enjoy cinema on a grand scale, Raghu Dakat will offer you spectacle, strong performances, and emotional highs. It's not a perfect film, but its highs make it worthwhile in many viewers' eyes. However, if you prefer tight scripts, realism, subtlety, or less melodrama, you may find Raghu Dakat frustrating at times. I'd rate it roughly 3 to 3.5 stars out of 5. Among regional big scale releases, it's a commendable effort, even if it stumbles in parts. But it didn't meet my expectations, I would say. Anyways, after the movie, we went to Wow Momo to have lunch. And at first, we were confused what to order, and after so many mismatches, we decided to order pan fried momo, steam momo, and mobugs and cold drink. Overall, the day is spent well with good memories. If you love this video, do like, share, and subscribe.